tell us about the band members you're playing with today, who they are, what they play, what kind of history you have with them?
Okay. Am I on? Yeah. Okay. Um, my band members, they are Damian Reed on the drums. He's from LA. I met him at the New School University. That's where I went to college in Manhattan. And we met there through a mutual friend, did a session, and ever since then, kind of been playing together a lot. Vicente Archer, the bass player. I met him in Italy. I was over there doing the Umbria Jazz Festival, and who was I playing with? I think I was playing with Russell Malone or Christian McBride. I can't remember, one of the two. And he was playing with Donald Harrison, I think. And I met him over there, and we had mutual friends because he lived in Boston, and I have a lot of friends who went to Berkeley. So we kind of heard of each other through them. So then he's like, I'm moving to New York in 2 months. I was like, cool, hit me when you get to New York, So when he got to New York, we hooked up and played, and then I got him and Damian together. So we used to play every Thursday at this jazz club called the Up Over Jazz Cafe, which is no longer around, but for now, they're trying to open it back up. But we play every Thursday trio there. Most of the time, I could have them cats there. So that's how we started off and kind of got our sound and kind of shed it a little bit,
Great. Is that stable enough for you?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm watching it. It's moving around. Breeze picked up a little bit.
The songs you played today, are they what you would consider your standards? Are they new material? Are you featuring?
The songs I played today, all of them are original compositions. I played one from my record, The Jelly's Demeanor. It's from my record. But the other songs are fairly new compositions because I'm going to record a new CD in September sometime, September, October sometime. It'll be out at the top of the year at some point. So, yeah, most of those, all of those originals, except the very last tune, actually, I did a Herbie Hancock composition titled Maiden Voyage, but I mixed it together with, there's a group called Radiohead, and I mixed the two songs together. It's Everything in Its Right Place by Radiohead and Maiden Voyage by Herbie, and I kind of put them together, made a thing. Because those are our new standards, our hip-hop, our jazz, our pop, our rock, our alternative. And we're all influenced by that in my generation, so we just play what is in our generation, which is our standards, so that's how it is. Because back in the day, the cats, they played standards from like musicals and stuff that was around during their time, and they became standards for them. So, that's how it is for us with this type of music, so.
Quickly becoming one of my favorite people because you play with Donald Harrison. A lot of this crew's from New Orleans, so we grew up a lot of musicians from there. And then Radiohead. That's pretty cool.
Oh, no. I didn't play with Donald. My bass player played with Donald. Close enough. Well, I played with Nicholas Payton.
Well, there you go.
There we go. We're good.
You're back in it, yeah.
And Terrence Blanchard.
Right.
I recorded with Terrence, so.
Writing and performing is an ongoing education. How do you think your music and your life experiences have affected each other?
Well, life affects music, because anything with emotion affects music, affects how you write. And it's better to have an emotional evocation, if you will. I think I made that up. It's better because it's inspiring. I can't write anything unless I'm inspired. So whether it's bad or good, I've had some tragedies in my life which have produced me writing new material, and I've had some happy things happen in my life which has me writing new material. You know what I'm saying? So I think they go hand in hand. If you don't live life, I don't know how you can really write and write from here. You can just write and just write notes, but you don't have anything to feel or evoke an emotion out of other people because you haven't gone through anything. So if you go through something, then other people can feel that you've gone through something, and they're going through something, so they feel a connection with you, and then it's like, that whole thing. So it's life and music go hand in hand, definitely.
Yeah. And leading off that question, can you talk a little bit about the road your creative evolution took from when you first began to play music to where you are now, and kind of what direction you feel you're heading off to?
I started out playing in church, mostly, and then I got into jazz like when went into high school. I went to a performing arts high school, and we had a jazz band, jazz class, jazz combo, big band, and all this stuff. So I got turned on to a lot of that when I got in there. So it that with the church stuff that I used to play kind of started off my sound, because other cats that were there at the school weren't really from church. So I kind of play a little bit something different, it was a little something else in there versus just straight up, jazz sound. And then, once I just started checking out more music, I started checking out a lot of hip hop and started checking out a lot of pop stuff. And my mom was really into Broadway stuff, so I would check out, I had no choice but to check out Broadway. It would be playing at the house. So, it's, just all these different things. After a while, they become part of you without you even really knowing it. And it's just like, that's what it is. So I kind of play and just leave it like that's what it is. Because, that's the realest you can be. Because you hear some people want to take out something from their playing so it can sound more jazz, or take out something so it can sound like this. But, I think with the amount of music I've listened to and checked out and how it's affected me makes me who I am. So it's kind of like a milkshake. You put all these different things inside of a blender and you kind of hit the button, it blends together, and you pour it out, and this is what you get.
You're recording your new CD in September. Is there a theme to it?
Yes, actually. I think I'm going to call it Vamps, Interludes, and Songs. Because I think my record's going to be called that, Vamps, Interludes, and Songs. Because I love vamps. I love to play on vamps. I love making up vamps. And I love interludes, like little snippet songs in between real songs. I just love doing that kind of stuff. And I love talking and joking and stuff. And, it's fun. And jazz is fun. Jazz was, that's what it was for back in the day when people were depressed from, depression. And, the whole thing, a lot of stuff happened, and they would go check out jazz because it was like, get your mind off stuff. And, there's nothing wrong with laughing. So, I might have a little bit of that on there. Might have a little bit of things on there you wouldn't normally find on the jazz album. But hey, that's the vibe, trying to break in new territory. So, I think that's going to be the vibe of this album, Interludes, Vamps, Interludes, Songs.
Okay. Festivals such as JVC Jazz Festival give people a chance to relax, kick back, and just for a moment let go of ordinary pressures as well as extraordinary pressures that we're all feeling, especially these days. Can you comment about being here at Newport for this festival, kind of in that context?
Yeah, it's definitely, especially nowadays, you're right, like definitely a break from everything. I don't see any buildings or anything. Nothing. It's really nature, trees, and stuff. And it's good to be away from the city, and you don't feel the whole, threat. I don't feel threatened out here. I don't feel like somebody's gonna come blow up this tree over here or something. So it's really good. Because when I live in, I live in New York, and it's like every building I go to, a subway I go to, it's like, gotta watch my back. Something's gonna happen. We're gonna get bombed or something. But I don't feel that here. I feel everybody's here just to have a good time and let go of that whole thought process and, your troubles and trials at work and at home and this and that. Everybody's just here for a vacation, chill out, and eat, and watch jazz. That's the vibe.
Okay, and now the last question, which is long, but you'll understand why. Not only is music the language of the world, it's a diverse culture, one that can overcome race, religion, and economic differences. It also embraces different traditions and influences to incorporate it within the culture as opposed to excluding it. In your opinion, why do you think that music and its musicians have embraced this diversity so successfully?
Because, well, for me, I know there are a lot of musicians who, like myself, I don't really know many people who grew up and all they listen to is jazz. You know, like especially in my generation. Like you don't grow up just listening to jazz. That's not normal. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of learned how to respect other art forms and other forms of music because of, you know, I think music is beautiful and it's just there's so much to check out. So you can't deny a Stevie Wonder, or you know, especially if you're a true musician, you can't deny things like that. You can't deny Joni Mitchell, or or Billy Joel, or just songwriters, like people that write songs, beautiful songs. You know what I mean? So whatever genre of music it's in, I love a song, a beautiful song, whatever it may be. And I think a lot of musicians kind of identify with that. And I mean, that's how jazz has continued to grow and change throughout time. Because if people didn't embrace other things, we'd still be in 1935 in the bebop era, just chilling, with nowhere to go. But luckily, you know, you got fresh minds and other people come along and evoke an idea, and then you have hard bop. Then you evoke an idea, then you have free jazz. And then you evoke an idea, and you have, you have the era, like the Herbie or fusion era, you know, where you're mixing, keyboards and stuff and funk with jazz and Motown with jazz. And then you got, looking at Stevie Wonder album, you see Herbie on keys, you see Ron Carter on bass on some stuff, you know, because that's what gives, jazz makes you do this too. You know, it's not all, wait, hey, jazz can make you do this too. So jazz got the funk, just like Earth, Wind, and Fire does. And, so it's, that's just the vibe. Like, you got to embrace it all. So it's important to. So I respect other musicians in other areas, because it's not easy to play. People think it's easy to play hip hop. It's just a beat. No, it's not. Like, you'd be surprised how many people can't play on beat for a consistent time, all the time, or play purposely behind the beat while the beat's going, purposely to emulate like a track, a hip hop track. Most jazz cats can't. Like 98% jazz cats can't. Maybe 99. Can't do it. You know what I mean? They don't have the patience to do it, or they just, a lot of cats, jazz can be one of those musics where you just kind of, real frantic, and cats aren't so laid back anymore. But back in the day, like most of the stuff you heard, like on the Motown albums and stuff, those were all jazz cats playing on those albums. They were playing in the studio at that time doing Aretha Franklin songs and Four Tops and doing that stuff, because it was normal for a jazz cat to do a groove gig like that or do a recording like that. And then at night, they go to the jazz club and hit. But it's like now, cats would be like, whoa, wait, you play with Mary J. Blige? Whoa, but don't you play jazz? It's like, whoa, that's unheard of. It's like, no, not really. It's just a lost art now, but it happened back in the day. Cats don't do it anymore. So, I think it's important. It brings other flavor. All flavors are good. Bring some flavor to it. Whoever thought cinnamon on a carrot would be good? I know, I just made that up. But you know what I mean? Cinnamon on a carrot, hey. Carrot, cinnamon, it's like a yam vibe, candy yam vibe. It's great. But they're in two different worlds, Ice cream and french fries. Who would have thought of it? Who would have thought of eating snails? Somebody was like, I want to try snails. And then everyone was like, oh, that's disgusting. But now it's a delicacy. Okay, I'm rambling on that one. But you get what I'm saying.
And I have no more questions, but is there any statement, any thoughts for anybody, for the public who will watch your performance?
Say it again?
Do you have a message or thoughts for anybody who will end up watching this performance on PBS or?
Yes. For those of you who are watching this performance, I would like for you to buy as many of my records as possible and love me and continue to buy my records as long as I live. Thank you.
Okay, that's it then.
Indeed.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. That was fun.